Basically, let's walk through how I chart. The reason why I'm charting United Airlines is because I have this daily screener that screens through all of the stocks of the day, make sure that the price was above $20, that it had more than a 0.01% change, that the market cap is over 2 billion, and that it's trending up, basically, right? And we see I do it in terms of volume. Also, I don't really know even girl, first of all, that's not enough. It needs to be at least a 2% change, please. Like, okay. Um Rocket Lab did great today. But anyway, let's talk about United Airlines. United Airlines is the first one on this list that is a strong buy, and that is why I'm going to be charting it today. So let's walk through how we chart. First, I start on the weekly time frame and I put my all-time high on the screen. Cool. So our all-time high is $116. Then we come down to the day and we try to find areas of support and resistance. So right here, yeah, this is not too bad. I would say that this is a valid 1 day level because, as you can see, we had a push down from it, and then after this push down, meaning it was resistance, it started becoming support, like valid support, like 3-touch support. So it's a pretty strong support level. I also think that maybe around here might not be too bad, because it's support, comes down, we finally break it, and then it becomes resistance in a couple places. So that's not too bad of a level. I mean, I'm seeing this as like a level for sure. And it looks like it starts over here, but this is also like a legitimate, like it's a gap down. But I mean, it was support for a little bit, then it became resistance. So right here is not too bad. Also, I like to use actual like psych levels, meaning rounded levels. So this 91.22 is probably better off just being $91. And then this 86.21's better off being $86. And then the 73.44 is $73.50. Just makes it easier on the brain. Cool. So we've got a few levels. I think I like those levels. I don't really see that much more that I'd want to do on the 1 day. So then we come down to the 4-hour. And then on the 4-hour chart, we take a look. We see on the 4-hour chart that the 1 day levels really do mean something. So that's nice. Okay. I mean, if this were to be a level, right? It seems to be genuine resistance. Girl, that's not what I wanted. Because we can see it push down here, push down, push down, push down. And then whenever it's not pushing straight off of that level, it's pushing off this 1 day level. Then it breaks it, and then we're talking about the 1 day level right here. So that's a good 4-hour level if you ask me. Over here, that's not too bad of a level, right? Yeah, because it's like you push down, and then around here is when you start pushing up. So maybe this right here. Maybe this level. Okay, not that one, honey bun. So maybe let's come in a little bit so we can make it perfect. So that's our 4-hour level right here. Because you see it's resistance and then it becomes support, like really, and then it becomes resistance. So that's a good little level. Actually, let's come back to this because it looks like this is a pretty good level, is it not? Yes, it is. Maybe this. Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, let me turn them into psych levels. Let's make that maybe 110.50, especially because I already thought it was a little bit too high. That's 110.50, that's 102.50. Okay, and then let's zoom out. Something, is it this one? No, that's 91. No, I think they're all, oh, it's this one. 70, no, that's 73.50. Oh, it's this one, 82.51. That needs to be 82.50. So yeah, I do these levels on the 1 day, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. So I'm still looking to see if there's any other 4 hour levels I want to chart. Let's look just at this area. Because we see this. I think that's like a genuine like resistance area. And it's like a slight support, but it's a pretty good resistance. That would be the very top of it. So maybe it's better to start it right here. Because resistance, and then, you know, resistance-ish. It's not my favorite. I don't really like it. But it's not bad either. It'd probably just be better on like the 1 hour or something. Right here, it's like support, and then it becomes resistance, right? Because let's say I did put it here. Let's just put it here for now. Girl, that's not what I was trying to do. It's support, and then it comes down a little bit, but it's always just to hit that 1 day level, right? Then we come back over here, it's support, and then it becomes resistance. I think that's a good level. At $95. I love finding new stocks to watch on my screener and to chart, because it's like, yeah, thank you. That's looking pretty good right here, right? Because it's not the worst. It's not the best either, but it's not the worst. If I put it a little higher, does that make it better? I think it might. Yeah, but that's like too high, is it not? Let's do it right here. Like $79. That sounds valid to me. $79 4 hour level. Cute. It's resistance, and then it stops being great resistance. It's resistance, and then it becomes support. Perfect. I think that might be enough here. It might be. Because right here, right now, we're here. I think I do want to find some levels within here, but I think it'd be better to find them on the 1 hour. So now we're on the 1 hour. Why aren't you showing me a way to zoom out? It's fine, we'll do it manually. Cool, so now the one, okay, yeah, I want to see this over here. Because we're currently at 91.28, so this area, pretty important to me, okay? What do we see here? Not the best things in the world. Okay, that's not bad. And it actually starts like around here. That is not bad. Because if you look at it, you've got resistance. And then around here, it's really fluctuating at the 4 hour level. And remember, your higher time frames, they matter more. But it becomes like a bit of support. You know, it's support right here, and then it's resistance right here. That's like $100, 25 cents. What would it be over here? We're just not up there. And I think I need something right there. 125 is like equally $100, 50 cents, and $100 flat. So I'm just kind of like, what do I want it to be? There's just not that many 1 hour levels for me to be worried about. It doesn't look like. I think I would make it $100. I think. This is where it is at $100. Resistance, maybe a better support right here and a better, yeah, let's make it 100. So, cool. Let's come back to where we are currently. So we're here. There's not really much to put here. I can't lie. So let's look at the 15-minute and see what has been going on today. We saw it didn't do much, honestly, today. Okay, let's come back to the 4-hour and see. So that's all for my what am I trying to say? That's all for my key levels and stuff. But now I want to talk about the actual trend lines. So it looks like we're starting to trend up. The larger trend started in April, right? Like we're seeing, at first it looked like it was making a trend like this, but then it broke, and then we went down from 82 to 75, right? I honestly would keep that kind of movement in mind. Actually, let's just look like just at this area. So we were here, we came here, and then we have yet to continue on at least that kind of trend, right? But, or no, actually, I was talking about this and then it broke, right? So let's say I make a trend line and I start it like here. It was going up, like a nice, cute little move up until it broke. And it broke like here. It broke, made an actual move down, and then broke structure again up here. So now this is my new like trend line, I think, right? Like I wouldn't extend this too far. Like I'd be like, okay, at this 4-hour level, like you stop mattering. And also because it doesn't actually matter anymore, I'm just gonna make it a dotted line of like, you know, like she was here. And we can just add some text. We can say old 4-hour trend line that broke, you know. I just like to add as much information as possible. It broke, and then when it broke, we started moving like just in a range. Like we literally consolidated. So then I would kind of talk about that, probably like that consolidation. I would say, well, home skillet biscuit, from like, it's really this 4-hour level right here. From here, girl, hold on. This might be a little on the tougher side to make it do what I want it to do, but I guess up here, girl, that's not what I wanted to do though. Wait, I want to talk about this range. It's more like this range. Ugh, I'll just start it here. Be nice. Cool. Like this range, right? And then it broke out of it. So it's basically a range from like 82.50 to 71.50. So let's do that. 82.50 and 71.50. I also like to do psych levels for my actual like boxes, like, you know. And this wasn't necessarily a consolidation range, but it was just a range that I didn't want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, don't be rude. It was because it was just stuck in it. So you don't really want to be in it. You know what I'm saying? Range price was stuck in. I'm not big on trading within ranges, but what we see now is that we've broken out of this range, and now we are supporting this $86 level, and we don't really want to go below it, which is good news. But we're also like at a genuine, like, you know, we're at this, I mean, okay, what do I think about this? That's what we want to know. Well, What do I think about this? It's kind of giving... What is it giving? I don't know. It's ranging between 86 and 91, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I would want to see it. Because now that we're genuinely doing this whole 91 thing, like, because as you can see at $91, it normally pushes. So it's like, it can come up a little bit more, just like it did right here, and then push at like 91, 90, whatever. So to be honest, I'm gonna see what happens at $92. Like, tell me a little something about $92, and then we'll see how I feel. So yeah, this is at $92. Potentially calls above to $95? Question mark. I think the only thing that would help me understand that would be, I honestly would love to see a retest. Like, I would love to see maybe hit 95 and literally make your way all the way back down here. That would be so nice. But the other thing is that today, yes, on Wednesday, they had an earnings report. And that earnings report was good. And so since that earnings report on this day, we've basically been trending up. I don't know what this was about, but we've been coming up. And the earnings has been pretty good. And if we look at the news, we see that the forecast was a lower than expected profit, but then, sorry, I was reading the news before. It was like they thought it was going to be not as good, and then it was pretty good. You know, they topped the earnings estimate on low fuel cost. So, you know, potentially we might be seeing her move up. I don't know. I just want to see what she does. They're saying that it's overweight. So that means that they raised the price target to 104. To 104 from $94. That's nice, because if the price target's no longer 95 and it's $100, then we might be in a really good place to take calls. Once we break and hold above 92, we can take calls with a strike of 95 but aiming for 100. That's what that's sounding like to me. Okay. I'm just gonna add that because I'm gonna forget that. So Barclays says overweight. Let me just say Barclays raised price target. Girl, hello? Raised. Okay, we don't have to yell at them. Barclays raised price target from 95 to what, 104? Isn't that what that said? Where was that at? They were talking about it being overweight or whatever. To 100. From 94 to 100. Can I remember numbers? I'm not too sure. Okay. From 94 to 100. If break and hold 92, strike 95 for 100 PT. That might be that sounds pretty aggressive, especially because, girl, we don't have to yell at them. Like, what? Okay, yeah, that sounds aggressive. Why does that sound aggressive? It sounds aggressive because, and let's anchor it. I'm not seeing like, actually I'm lying. This is an uptrend. It was stuck in a range, yes, but this, my dear, is an uptrend. Look at that. Look at that. Like, almost a 3-touch uptrend. Like, almost a 3-toucher. Actually, because, like, yeah, that's not too bad. And then the top, well, I don't know about the top. The top of this uptrend. Like, what is the top of this uptrend? And also, it's not useless, so it's gonna need to be pink and 3-pointed. And it is a little weak, so it can be dashed, but I don't know. I don't know. Because it was also kind of doing something like this. Like, this is what I would have said about it before. I would have been like, she's looking really symmetrical triangle-like. And then, boom, she broke out. That's what a symmetrical triangle does, isn't it? That's exactly what it does. She was looking real symmetrical triangle. And let's change the color because she doesn't matter anymore, right? She's like a good orange. But she was looking real symmetrical triangle, okay? And we do dotteds. And then she broke out above it. OMG. A very, very strong move up at that. And that sounds really good to me. It actually would have been nice had I been watching this and I was here for this literally today, like this move up. But this was a pre-market move up. So I would have had to have been like, so honestly, the best entrance would be $89. So if it can come up, hit this, like this is what I want to see happen. I want to see it move, hit this, and then I want to see it come back down to, what was my good entry? Yeah, like $89, bro. Bro, if you can hit me with that, I will buy right here at $89. So, you know, do me something good. That's not $89. Do me a little something, something. Please. Calls. Please. Yeah, I make that a cute little green. And maybe like a good 3-point. You know what I'm saying? And then we're just gonna need an alert. We're gonna need 2 alerts on UAL. I wanna know if it's crossing down. Let me know. And, except it's probably gonna be on its way up. Because the earnings, broski. Like, the earnings, broski. So, it's either gonna hit me one of them, or it's gonna hit me one of them, right? Like, she could decide to do, boom, we come up, boom. Girl, okay, we come down, and then, boom, we come up. She could hit me one of them. She could hit me one of them, or she could hit me one of them. Mind you, this 95 is something I made up because she's actually been rejecting off a 93. This 92 is something I made up because she's been rejecting off a 93 and off of 95. So this 92 is not something that it needs to bounce off of. But this is just in my ideal world. But anyway, yeah, guys, that's how I chart. You have just learned how I chart. OMG. That would have been so nice. Mind you, look, that's another... So she does this often. Look, she repeats herself. She did this before. And that is gasolina to recognize. Because if you see, she did a very similar thing right here, didn't she? Did she not? She broke right the heck up off of that. And she did it strongly. Broke, came above, hit R91, like bypassed 86, bypassed that. So now she did what she had to do. She probably has more to do. She genuinely probably has more to do because of that earnings call, bro. Anyway, yeah, that's how I think through stuff. Thanks for coming to this video. Yeah, save.